Welcome to church, talking boxing, Sunday night edition. If this is your first time watching, don't sweat it. We do the same thing every week. Sundays are for results. Mondays are for the schedule. Questions, comments, if you got them, drop them. If you need a link for a fight, send me a DM. And last but not least, share something of mine. Okay, with that being said, it wasn't a big week of boxing. We'll try and blaze through this. I can't go live. I'm having technical issues, but let's get started. Last Friday night, March 13th, Pro Box TV, Kissimmee, Florida. I won't run through the whole card, but that main event was a barn burner and needs to be mentioned. Najee Lopez took on Manuel Gallegos. 175 pounds, WBA and WBO Latino straps on the line. The Continental WBA, that is. Najee won by TKO. Beautiful straight right hand, followed by a left hook. Ended it in the eighth. Those first couple rounds, it was looking like trouble for him. And honestly, he turned it around, and it was quite the fucking finish. Beautiful fight for Najee Lopez. Puerto Ricans around the world were happy with that one. That was a solid fight. Now, from there, we'll go to Saturday afternoon in Dublin, Ireland. Solid afternoon of fights for us. If I could just pop up the screen here. 1 second, guys. I forgot we were recording. That leads us to Saturday afternoon, that is for us. Dublin, Ireland, Dickens versus Cacace. Queensberry Promotions, St. Patrick's Day weekend. It only makes sense. Dublin, Ireland's the place to be. Undercard to this was pretty solid, but we'll start with Jono Carroll winning the split decision IBO world title, finally securing his first world title. They put him in there against a young kid who was undefeated 16-0. They thought they got themselves a used veteran, and it looks like he still had some wear on those tires. Jono Carroll pulls it off. His eyes survived. He looked good. Solid fight for him. Really happy for him. Next, and also another IBO world title at lightweight, super lightweight, that is 140 pounds. Pierce O'Leary puts away Maxi Hughes. That was a big one. Wasn't expecting that. That ended in round 5 on top of that. And then the main event, Anthony Cacace, Jazza Dickens, WBA World Super Featherweight title on the line. Unanimous decision for Cacace. Jazza's just been through too many wars. That was a solid scrap. Do yourself a favor. If there's highlights, go watch them. If you can find the whole fight, try and do that too. From there, we'll go to Saturday night. Barboza versus Sims. Golden Boy was back at the Honda Center in Anaheim, California. Undercard to this, not the craziest event. Honestly, there wasn't nothing that really sparked my interest. Alexis Rocha against Joseph Diaz. Solid fucking fight, but I'm sad for both guys. Neither guy looked like themselves anymore. Alexis Rocha wins a unanimous decision. Jojo Diaz's better days are behind him. Gabriela Fundora against Viviana Ruiz. Undisputed female title on the line. Fundora secures it with a TKO in the 6th round. You know, I had some hope for Ruiz there. She was doing some things right. For a moment there, it looked like she was starting to turn it around. There's too much of a size difference. I don't know if they got to change this girl's weight category or something, but both Fundoras are just built so funny. It doesn't work for the weight class they're in. We'll see what Keith Thurman could do with her brother. Then, of course, we had Oscar Collazo against Jesus Haro. TKO stoppage, round 6, WBO and WBA strawweight titles, 105 pounds. Collazo walks away with it. And then Barboza versus Sims, WBO world title on the line. Unanimous decision for Barboza at 147 pounds. This was kind of an audition to see who would fight Ryan Garcia. And it wasn't so much that you needed a win, but you needed some showmanship. You needed the crowd to be into it. You needed people to understand that there's a reason you should be in line with Garcia. But unfortunately, I feel like that failed. And last but not least, Sunday from Yokohama, Japan. Riku Masuda wins against Nonito Donaire. I think Nonito has done being the student and must fully accept being the teacher. I don't want to see him get hurt anymore. And this kid ain't that good. And that's what Nonito needs to hear. It is what it is. I'm sorry to say it, but I love him. Guys, that is it for me. I will be back here tomorrow night with telling you the schedule. Remember, life is short. Be kind to yourselves and others. See you soon.